If you've felt a subtle restlessness lately, a tug towards something more, this message is your sign.
Hello, dear Libra. I sense within you a subtle stirring, a quiet longing for something more. It's a feeling that resonates deeply, a whisper from the cosmos suggesting that a profound idea is currently seeking you out, an insight capable of utterly reshaping the very fabric of your daily existence. Often, the shifts we yearn for, the transformations we dream of, don't materialize from external circumstances. No, they emerge from the sacred space within us. The universe, in its boundless wisdom, is already breathing inspiration into the quiet corners of your heart, a powerful concept that, while seemingly simple, holds the potential to revolutionize your entire routine. To begin this journey, I invite you, Libra, to share a single word in the comments below. Awakening. This simple act is not merely a comment. It is a declaration, a signal to the universe and to yourself that you are ready to receive the profound truths that await. Have you ever experienced those moments where a sudden, unbidden thought felt less like a random flicker of the mind and more like a direct answer, a divine intervention tailored precisely for you? This powerful idea might arrive as an unexpected flash of insight, a novel way to orchestrate your precious time, a professional path that, until now, remained hidden from view, or even the definitive solution to a persistent problem that has quietly gnawed at your peace. Understand this, dear Libra. This profound inspiration is no mere coincidence. It is, in fact, the universe itself extending to you a key, a luminous instrument, designed to unlock greater simplicity in your life and to amplify your inherent strength. What if this very idea, this unfolding revelation, were precisely the catalyst you've needed to transform everything, perhaps even in a matter of days? There is, indeed, an idea currently circulating within the cosmic currents, actively seeking you, Libra. It is a concept so potent, so inherently transformative, that it possesses the capacity to gently, yet decisively, dismantle the meticulously constructed, seemingly secure routine you've built around yourself. A routine that, if we are honest, might slowly be dimming the vibrant flame of your deepest aspirations. This isn't some arbitrary whim. It is not a mere figment of an overactive imagination. No, this is a direct transmission from the quantum fields of infinite possibility, striving to reach you, to break through your carefully built defenses, before you fully settle into what has become, for many, a gilded cage, a life you outwardly present as perfectly balanced, yet inwardly know holds you captive. As you journey through this message, this profound idea is knocking on the very door of your consciousness, much like an urgent visitor, holding within its grasp the key to an entirely different, more authentic reality. Yet, here lies a common challenge, my dear Libra. Your discerning mind, so accustomed to the comforting embrace of security and the predictable rhythms of life, might instinctively attempt to filter this vital transmission. It may try to rationalize this potent idea as just another fleeting thought, another passing fancy, precisely because it embodies something you instinctively shy away from: genuine, profound change. For years, You have diligently crafted a routine that, to any observer, appears nothing short of ideal. Waking at the same hour, following familiar patterns, nurturing established relationships, engaging in your work with a steady hand, finding solace in the same cherished spaces, everything meticulously balanced, harmonious, controlled. And you, in your pursuit of equilibrium, have convinced yourself that this meticulous order represents wisdom, a hallmark of maturity. But deep within, in a sacred space you rarely dare to fully explore, you sense that something truly vital, something uniquely yours, is slowly withering within this seemingly perfect structure. The idea the universe is so lovingly trying to impart isn't merely about making superficial adjustments to your current daily flow. This isn't about swapping your morning brew for green tea or dedicating 5 brief minutes to meditation before slumber. No, Libra. This is an invitation to completely transcend the mold you've painstakingly created for your existence, allowing something profoundly and authentically new to burst forth. It is about releasing the illusion that unwavering security and true, expansive growth can flawlessly coexist without some inherent tension. You, dear Libra, have perhaps been living under a gentle deception, a narrative you've accepted as truth for so long that you've ceased to question its validity. The lie suggests that change inevitably ushers in chaos, that genuine growth demands the sacrifice of your beloved balance, that honoring your deepest, most primal impulses means dismantling everything you have meticulously built. However, the powerful idea attempting to reach you carries with it a truly astonishing revelation. Your current, seemingly serene routine is not, in its truest form, balance. It is, in essence, a sophisticated form of stagnation, subtly cloaked in the guise of harmony. Over these recent months, you've likely begun to perceive a delicate, almost imperceptible restlessness, a sensation you may have tried to dismiss. It's a quiet knowing that you are allowing precious moments to slip through your grasp, that you are, perhaps, living a diminished version of the rich, vibrant life that is truly available to you. These are the moments when you might find yourself gazing absently out a window, feeling a peculiar nostalgia, not for the past, but for a future yet to unfold, as if an alternate version of yourself exists, living a life of far greater vibrancy, authenticity, and aliveness. This profound nostalgia for the future is not a fleeting melancholy or a transient dissatisfaction. It is, in fact, your very soul detecting the burgeoning waves of possibility that are gathering around you. It is your inner navigation system, finely tuned and ever-present, attempting to gently alert you that you may be charting a course that is not authentically yours, following a map that leads to a destination that doesn't truly resonate with your spirit. The precise idea the universe so deeply desires to deliver to you revolves around a specific, pivotal change you must integrate into your daily routine. This is not a cosmetic alteration, but rather a complete and thorough revolution in the way you structure and engage with your life. And this profound shift, dear Libra, will inevitably demand that you completely relinquish the pervasive need for external validation that has, until now, subtly orchestrated many of your most significant decisions. You see, Your present routine was often not constructed upon the bedrock of what genuinely ignites your spirit and fuels your deepest inspirations. Instead, it was meticulously shaped by the unspoken expectations of others, by what appeared socially acceptable, by what might avoid unsettling anyone. Every commitment, every scheduled activity, every ingrained habit was often chosen with the primary aim of maintaining an outward peace, even if it meant waging a silent, internal war against your most authentic impulses. The powerful idea now approaching you vibrates with the energy of radical authenticity. It will illuminate what it truly means to completely reorder your life according to your natural rhythms, your genuine passions, and your truest values. Not the values you've been subtly taught to embrace, but those that make your heart race with an unbridled joy when no one else is watching. For those Libras born between September 23rd and October 2nd, this pivotal idea often relates to a significant professional or vocational transition, one you might have sidestepped due to its perceived risks. For those who arrived between October 3rd and 13th, the idea whispers of a complete reimagining of how you connect with others, and crucially, how you connect with yourself. And for those Libras celebrating their birth between October 14th and 22nd, this profound insight touches upon your inherent creative expression and the urgent, undeniable need to cease concealing your unique and precious talents. But for all Libras, regardless of your specific birth date, the overarching impact of this idea will be the same. It will present you with an unequivocal choice: to remain comfortably safe or to truly, courageously begin to live. It will compel you to make a profound decision. Do you prefer the often illusory peace of a familiar, predictable routine, or the exhilarating, transformative adventure of truly discovering who you are when you finally release the need to please everyone around you? And now, Libra, I must pause and pose a question that reaches directly into the very core of your most secret vulnerabilities. For I sense a palpable stirring within your heart as you absorb these words. How many times have you been graced with a brilliant flash of insight, a potent impulse to alter something fundamental in your life, only to ultimately dismiss it? Perhaps it wasn't the right moment, or perhaps you feared others simply wouldn't grasp your vision. How often have you stifled the insistent voice of your intuition, which urged you towards a different path, purely out of a fear of disturbing the carefully constructed equilibrium, of rocking the boat, of venturing beyond the comfort zone you've so meticulously built for yourself and for those in your orbit? How many times have you consciously opted for the perceived safety of a familiar routine, even as you felt a part of your essence slowly, silently diminish within? If this resonates with you, if you have ever felt your own brilliant ideas, your own vibrant desires, subdued by the overwhelming need to maintain a perfect balance, then I need you to understand profoundly that you are not navigating this experience in isolation. Thousands of Libras, at this very moment, are watching this message, recognizing within these words the exact pain of having to constantly choose between the raw truth of their being and the comforting acceptance of others. The resistance you instinctively feel when contemplating significant shifts within your routine is not born of laziness, nor is it a deficiency of motivation. dear Libra. No, it is a deeply ingrained defense mechanism, meticulously developed over time to shield you from the perceived pain of disappointing those around you. Throughout your life, you have, perhaps unconsciously, learned that change often precipitates conflict, that personal growth can send unexpected ripples through your cherished relationships, and that embracing your authentic impulses might disturb the very harmony you have diligently worked to cultivate. But here is the crucial truth, the silent counter-narrative that this defense system often obscures. The harmony you have so carefully maintained is, in many instances, a false construct. It is a harmony predicated on your willingness to diminish your own light, to constantly adapt, to mold yourself to fit the expectations of others. And this false harmony, my dear Libra, is exacting a profound cost upon your very soul. It is claiming your deepest dreams. It is forfeiting the radiant possibility of truly discovering who you are when you shed the numerous roles you've played to appease various audiences. The idea that the universe is now endeavoring to deliver to you contains specific wisdom on how to reconfigure your life in a manner that honors both your intrinsic need for balance and your undeniable urge for expansion. Yet, this new balance will be fundamentally different from anything you've experienced before. It will be dynamic, perpetually in motion, rather than static and rigid. It will be adventurous, embracing the unknown rather than predictable and safe. Most importantly, it will be authentic, truly reflective of you, rather than a mere performance for others. Imagine, for a moment, waking one glorious morning and feeling, with every fiber of your being, that each moment of your day has been consciously, lovingly chosen by you for you. Picture a routine that invigorates you rather than depleting your energy. A routine that propels you closer to your deepest aspirations, instead of keeping you perpetually circling within safe, familiar confines. Imagine living in a way that truly makes you feel more alive with each passing day, rather than feeling increasingly numb to life's vibrant tapestry. This, Libra, is not merely a fantasy. It is the tangible reality that blossoms forth when you bravely embrace the powerful idea currently striving to reach you. But for this profound transformation to occur, you will be called to do something that might initially defy all your cherished Libra instincts. You will need to act in alignment with your innermost truth, even when doing so elicits a degree of external resistance. The potent idea now unfolding for you is neither vague nor abstract. It is specific, deeply practical, and eminently implementable. It could manifest as a significant alteration in how you structure your professional life, granting you more space and time for projects that truly ignite your passion. It could signify a profound transformation in your relationships, where you establish clear, loving boundaries regarding how much of yourself you are genuinely willing to sacrifice to maintain an often fragile peace. It might even usher in a revolution in how you spend your cherished free time, consciously replacing activities you undertake out of obligation with experiences you choose purely out of joy and passion. But regardless of its specific form, this idea will share a singular, unifying characteristic. It will demand that you trust yourself more implicitly, then you trust the myriad opinions of others concerning how you should live your life. It will require you to prioritize your own unwavering authenticity above your perceived popularity, your personal growth above your established security, and your profound truth above transient convenience. Libra, there is a subtle aspect of your conditioning that now calls for illumination. You have, perhaps inadvertently, absorbed the lesson that being good often translates to being convenient for those around you. That being much sure means meticulously avoiding any disruption or trouble. That true balance necessitates never bothering anyone with your personal needs or heartfelt desires. But these ingrained lessons have, in their gentle persuasion, subtly guided you towards living a life that is not, in its essence, truly your own. The idea now seeking to connect with you originates from a source that comprehends your true nature with far greater clarity than the individuals who subtly conditioned you to be so amenable. It stems from an intelligence that knows, with absolute certainty, that you entered this world to embody far more than a domesticated, muted version of yourself. It arises from a wisdom that understands your soul simply cannot flourish in an environment of constant, unquestioning complacency. Over the coming days, you will begin to perceive the delicate signs of this idea as it endeavors to fully penetrate your consciousness. These might manifest as sudden, undeniable thoughts about changes you've always considered impossible, but which now, with startling clarity, appear not only feasible but profoundly necessary. They could arrive as serendipitous encounters with individuals who are actively living precisely the kind of life you secretly, deeply envy. Or perhaps they will appear as unexpected opportunities, seemingly materializing from thin air, yet perfectly aligned with unspoken desires you've never dared to articulate aloud. Do not, I implore you, dismiss these profound signs as mere coincidences. Do not rationalize these emerging opportunities as unattainable or irresponsible. Your logical mind, finely tuned to maintain your safety within familiar routines, will undoubtedly attempt to do so. But security without genuine growth is not life, Libra. It is merely a slower descent into a lesser version of existence. The profound transformation this idea can bestow upon your routine is not about irrevocably abandoning everything you've diligently constructed. Rather, it is about discerning, with clear, compassionate eyes, what you built from a place of fear versus what you lovingly brought forth from a place of genuine desire. It is about courageously retaining only that which genuinely serves your highest good, and summoning the strength to release everything you cling to purely to avoid discomfort or conflict. When you finally allow this powerful idea to fully anchor itself within your consciousness, when you cease to resist the transformative changes it gently suggests, something truly magical will begin to unfold. You will discover, with exhilarating clarity, that it is entirely possible to live authentically, to honor your true self, without dismantling all your cherished relationships. You will realize that those who genuinely love you, those who truly see you, will celebrate your metamorphosis, even if they are initially surprised by its unfolding. You will come to understand that the world, in its vastness, will not crumble simply because you stop trying to please everyone all of the time. And most importantly, you will unearth a radiant version of yourself that has patiently awaited your permission to emerge for years. A version of you that is simultaneously truer, more powerful, and more luminous than the carefully balanced persona you've meticulously presented to the world. It is a version that no longer feels compelled to choose between being authentic and being loved, because it inherently attracts true, unconditional love through its very authenticity. The idea the universe yearns to deliver to you also carries a nuanced understanding. The difference between sustainable, evolving change and abrupt, dramatic upheaval. You are not required to detonate your entire life at once to honor this profound idea. Instead, you are invited to embark upon a path of consistent, intentional shifts that are deeply aligned with your innermost truth. This means beginning to make small, conscious decisions each day based on what you truly desire, not on what you believe you should want. This delicate process can begin with something as seemingly simple as choosing how you genuinely wish to spend your cherished free time on a Sunday afternoon, without a single thought to anyone else's expectations but your own. It can gracefully progress to larger, more significant decisions about how you structure your professional endeavors, your relationships, and your commitments. And in time, it will evolve into profound, deeply personal transformations in how you present yourself and move through the world. Libra, there is a magnificent version of your life eagerly awaiting you on the other side of this routine transformation. A version where you awaken each morning feeling, with every fiber of your being, that you are actively living your life, not a life meticulously designed for you by the expectations of others. A version where your decisions spring forth from your unwavering center, from your truth, from your refined intuition, never again from a place of fear of displeasing or causing ripples. This isn't a distant, unattainable fantasy. It is a tangible, accessible possibility that unfolds the very moment you consciously decide to cease using others as the sole barometer for your life choices. It becomes real the instant you determine that your internal approval holds far greater weight than any external validation. It becomes palpable the moment you decide that an authentic, dynamic life is infinitely more valuable than a safe, predictable one. The resistance you inevitably feel when contemplating these profound changes is entirely normal and indeed expected. Your mind is inherently programmed to keep you safe, to guide you towards familiar shores, and change, by its very nature, always introduces an element of uncertainty. But here is what your logical mind often fails to calculate: the immense cost of not changing, the profound cost of continuing to live a life that does not fully resonate with the magnificent being you are. The unbearable cost of reaching the twilight of your years, perhaps at 70 or 80, and realizing you have spent your entire existence performing a role, rather than vibrantly living your authentic truth. The powerful idea now striving to reach you is charged with a quiet urgency. Not because you will miss some external opportunity if you don't act immediately, but because every single day you spend living out of alignment with your authenticity is a day you can never reclaim. Every week you postpone this vital transformation is a week where your deepest aspirations gather more dust, feel more distant, and become increasingly difficult to access. But here, dear Libra, is the truly good news. It matters not how long you have resided within the safe, familiar routine you've meticulously constructed. It matters not how many years you have prioritized outward harmony over your sacred inner peace. The very moment you decide to fully open yourself to the powerful idea the universe is so lovingly sending you, the moment you choose to trust the innate wisdom of transformation, everything, truly everything, can begin to shift. This change is not mandated to be abrupt or traumatic. It can unfold gradually, gracefully, organically, entirely dependent upon how you choose to integrate the profound idea you are now receiving. The crucial imperative is that you cease resisting and begin actively collaborating with the benevolent forces that are striving to elevate you to the next, glorious level of your personal evolution. Libra, when you finally embrace the idea the universe is so lovingly trying to deliver to you, when you allow it to fundamentally reshape your routine, you will uncover something truly surprising. You will realize that the profound balance you have always sought does not stem from meticulously keeping everything the same and perfectly controlled. No, it arises from constantly, dynamically moving towards your deepest truth. It comes from gracefully balancing your sacred inner needs with your external responsibilities, never again systematically sacrificing one for the other. This new form of balance is vibrant, it breathes, it is entirely sustainable. It is founded upon conscious choices, made with awareness in each passing moment, rather than upon rigid patterns established merely to circumvent discomfort. It is a balance that gracefully permits you to continually grow without ever losing your precious essence. That allows you to change without ever relinquishing your core identity. The magnificent life that becomes possible when you courageously implement this idea is not merely different from your current existence. It is radically, exquisitely more fulfilling. It is a life where you feel, profoundly, that you are utilizing your unique talents, where you are contributing meaningfully to the world, where you are moving closer, each day, to the most complete, most authentic version of yourself. It is a life you will not feel the urgent need to escape during weekends or on vacations, because it is a life you have consciously, lovingly chosen. Libra, never, ever underestimate the profound power of this unfolding inspiration. Even the smallest, most subtle changes can yield the most monumental results. This idea is not just a random thought for you. It was chosen for you, precisely at this moment, because your life is calling for more fluidity, more practical grace, and more luminous light. Believe me when I say, what you are receiving now could very well be the nascent beginning of an expansive cycle of abundance. Will you embrace this powerful idea with unwavering courage? Or will you allow it to subtly slip from your grasp, as perhaps it has many times before? This inspiration is a refreshing breath of cosmic air, a divine gift from the universe itself. If you fail to pay attention, you might just miss its profound offering. But if you choose to act swiftly, with intention and courage, You will hold in your hands a powerful instrument capable of transforming your routine, recalibrating your energy, and indeed, reshaping your entire future. And if this, dear Libra, were the singular, final idea you needed to rewrite your personal story, would you possess the courage, the inner fortitude to apply it now in this very moment? Libra, I urge you, open your ears, open your heart, for the idea now reaching you is a sacred, divine gift, truly capable of simplifying your routine and profoundly transforming your entire life. If this message has resonated with your spirit, if you feel this powerful idea gently, yet persistently, knocking on the door of your consciousness as you listen to my words, know this is no mere happenstance. It is synchronicity in its purest form. It is the universe itself, employing every available channel, ensuring that this vital message reaches you before you settle irrevocably into a routine that is, in truth, subtly limiting your boundless potential. I am ready for you to check this script.